Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Thursday, November 19th, 2015. And here are some of today's trends in the news. Well, you got that trend alert yesterday. Terrorism. Face the facts or face World War III. Nothing like it anywhere. Read all of the media. Everything that we wrote in that trend alert is being ignored by the mainstream media, and the march to war keeps moving forward. The drums keep beating louder, and so do the voices of the fat mouths that want to wage war. Not a peep about peace. On to the markets. Well, over there in Asia, things are looking better following yesterday's rise of the U.S. stock market on the news that looks like the Fed's going to raise interest rates come December, but only a little bit. And in Europe, not too much. Over here in the States, flat. Earl, mixed, but basically flat near its lows. Gold had a nice little pump upward. And again, the general economic news is being ignored. This is only a recovery that has been recovered from all of that cheap dough, as we keep going on and on, that they shoveled into the system to keep those stock buybacks and mergers and acquisitions going. So, the things that are ignored are Baltic Dry Shipping Index drops. How low? All-time low. The cost of shipping commodities fell to a record amid signs that Chinese demand growth for iron ore and coal is slowing, hurting the industry's biggest source of cargoes. The Baltic Dry Index fell to 504 points on Thursday, today, the lowest data from the London-based Baltic Exchange going back to 1985. It's a slowdown. Gloom for clothing retailers, even as U.S. economic outlook brightens. You know what that is.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Total horse shit that the U.S. economic outlook brightens. Who wrote this not too bright piece? Lindsay Whipp and Eric Platt. Sluggish sales as holiday season approaches, amid signs consumers are starting to hold back. How could they write this crap? Consumers starting to hold back. Hey, got someone, they don't have any money. Could you add that up? Or is that number too big for you to add up? 0 and 0, because that's what we got here. 2 zeros that would write imbecilic child crap like that. Holding back. Yeah, I got so much money, I think I'm going to hold it back. Yeah, everything's going up. All the costs are going up on everything that you buy except a few things. But we're going to hold back. We're going to hold back buying a house. We're going to hold back on everything. You know, the reason why there's gloom in clothing retailers is because people dress like crap. Look at the way they go out. They look like a bunch of cafons. Jeans, crummy shit. Look at that guy. You go to that Drake character who's the big rap star with his new hit that they keep playing over and over again. She called me on my cell phone. She called me on my cell phone. Cell phone. Look at this guy. He got crappy boots on, jeans. There's no style. Maybe that's why retail clothing is going down. Look at the way the people go out. Now they're holding back. And on to other economic news. Number of things here in the Financial Times worth looking at. Barclays stalled electronic forex trades and lied to clients, says U.S. regulator. Barclays allegedly used its foreign exchange electronic trading platform to reject unprofitable trades and lie to clients about why their transactions were turned down. You ready for this? Prompting a $150 million penalty by U.S. regulators. Could you imagine if one of us did something like this? But when you're a member of the white shoe mob, man, you get a slap on the wrist. Oh, and they got really tough over here. Yeah, the New York department, they also said that they should fire the guy over here, the global head of electronic fixed income. Oh, wow, what punishment. Ooh. Remember, don't have more than 2 drinks. Make sure your license and registration are up to date. Don't go 5 miles over the limit. Make sure you walk the straight line. Look at this disgusting crap. What shit they throw out. Here, listen to this. The New York department, Barclays used algorithms to hold trades for hundreds of milliseconds. If markets moved in favor of the bank and the trade went through, if the client would have benefited, the trades were turned down, the regulators said. In one instance, Barclays staffers were told, if you get inquiries about rejected trades, just obfuscate and stonewall. Yeah, lie. Screw the people. U.S. regulators have also targeted automated and high-frequency trading. The Barclays settlement reflects one of the first major cases involved alleged abuse of algorithms. The case highlights the need for greater oversight, blah, 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 blah. Algorithms, you get it? The whole game is rigged. How many more of these things do we have to see before you call it a criminal operation? Nah, yeah, U.S. regulators. We'll just call it, I got it, a misdeed. Disgusting. Signal rate move has ECB credibility at stake. Oh, how could the ECB credibility be at stake when the organization's run by Mario Draghi, the former head of the Goldman Sachs gang? Credibility. What credibility? You have to be incredibly stupid to believe there's any credibility out there. The hints or signals in the language of central bank watchers have become heavy. The European Central Bank will do something in December to stimulate the Eurozone economy further by extending or enlarging its experiment in unconventional monetary policy. Experiment in unconventional monetary policy. What do you mean unconventional? How about screwing us any way they could imagine? Is that unconventional enough for you? Germany can borrow for a decade at 0.5% per year. Yesterday, Berlin sold 2-year government debt at a record low yield of minus 0.38%. For terms of a 5-year or less bond, bond buyers pay them to take their money. Italy and Spain, the largest members of the peripheral Europe, pay under 2% a year on 10-year bonds. That's even less than the U.S. government. And here's how the scam goes. ECB ready to delve deeper into negative rates. A move is seen as one of the most effective means of weakening the euro against the dollar. They actually write this. Oh, that's great. Really weaken that euro against the dollar so all the people have to pay more for everything that they buy. And it gets better. As the U.S. Federal Reserve is expected to raise its benchmark rate next month, a weaker euro would improve trading conditions for exporters and make life easier for the ECB as it tries to increase inflation towards its target of just 2% by raising the price of imported goods. Could you believe this stupidity? I just read to you the Baltic Index. By weakening the euro, you're not going to sell more things. Look at the numbers coming in. Look at the wage declines. But they're putting out this big lie because it's a fraud. And they're just keeping this Ponzi scheme going, and they'll make up any story to do it. Policymakers. How about a bunch of assholes in control? Whether it's in the Fed or whether it's in the governments. No, let's call them policymakers. Let's be proper. And remember, if Trump could say shit, I could say asshole. Policymakers hope cuts deeper into negative territory would push banks to pursue lending to riskier businesses and households where potential profit margins are relatively high. This is sick. The concept of charging savers spooks people, but negative interest rates, you ready for this? Have long been a feature of economic theory. Whose economic theory? How about the theory of the madman? It's such...
Warning, bullshit alert.
Though negative nominal rates are still a novelty, real interest rates, which discount for inflation, have strayed below zero since the early years of the financial crisis. Okay. You just said over here that it's long been a feature of economic theory. And then you said over here that it began in the years of the financial crisis. That's not so long ago, 2009, when they started this. Actually, 2008. But that's how they sell the lie. Hey, good news, folks. All you little liberals, don't forget to vote for Hillary. Keep playing that Democratic fraud card. That's right. Here you go, right from your commander-in-chief, the liar that got his way into the White House and other ones to follow him and before him. Genetically engineered salmon approved for consumption by the FDA to FU. Federal regulators, policymakers, wankers, approved the genetically engineered salmon as fit for consumption. Hey, if they say so. And here's how stupid it all is. The approval for salmon has been fiercely approved by consumer environmental groups, which argued that the safety studies were inadequate and that wild salmon populations might be affected if the genetically engineered fish were to escape into the oceans and rivers. Here you go. What are they afraid of? This is from Bernadette Dunham, director of the agency's Center for Veterinary Medicine, sent a statement, quote, the FDA has thoroughly analyzed and evaluated the data and information submitted by Aqua Bounty. That's the company that's genetically modifying this stuff, regarding Aqua Advantage salmon, and determined that they have met the regulatory requirements for approval, including that food from the fish is safe to eat. Bravo! Don't forget, you little liberals. Yeah, the Democrats gave you those GMOs. Now genetically modified fish. Keep voting for them. Yeah, vote for the murderers and the thieves, the Democrats and Republicans. Let's keep staying stupid. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.